If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Well, guys, it's that time again. I'm going to read every single comment from one of my videos that I uploaded in the last few days. I announce it usually when the video just starts, and then I say, hey, leave a comment, and I'm going to read it on my second channel. And that's what we're doing today. Nothing's off limits. You know, the first comment I see is I want to see the big sack, okay? This is where the real content's at. So sit back, put this on if you're playing squad battles or playing anything, working, or escaping your wife's wrath, you know, anything you guys would like. And okay, the first comment I think here was this one, or the last comment on this video, I should say, was Monty Matata, who says, team reviews, please, and what happened to the UFL content? And first of all, team reviews, sure. I'm probably going to do an Evo review video soon. Like I'm going to say, send me your best Evos. I'll probably do that on one of my videos coming up here. And then what happened to the UFL content? Honestly, there's been a lot of stuff going on recently in my life that has not really allowed me to kind of create the content to my full extent that I would really like to, honestly. And I'll get into that probably sometime soon in an actual second channel video is my guess. But if you're wondering where like a lot of the content from my second channel has been, like say gameplay stuff or even UFL stuff, that stuff probably is going to come out eventually. Just there's been stuff going on that has made me basically put all my effort into my main channel. But like I said, I'll get into that sometime soon, and that stuff should be passing through hopefully soon is my guess. And Stas K says he packed Ronaldo. In case you guys want, you know, visual proof here, he packed R9, and it does look like the sun is staring directly into his screen, but if we 2 times it, yeah, he did pack R9 there, OPB R9. What on earth language is that? But congratulations, my friend. Let's move on here. Eric T says, I think once this mode mastery is done, I'm going to quit champs. The rewards are overrated. I struggle to make 75k from 9 wins. Rather just play rivals and do objectives. And funny thing is about a lot of the rewards this year actually is that if you play every game mode, combining all those rewards is good. I mean, obviously it's not bad by any means. Like you can get a lot of coins from doing all of your rewards, but do you want to put in all those rivals points? Do you want to put in that time? Because you got to play a bunch of rivals to a certain extent to get those champs points, and then some people can't even qualify for champs, and then some people, or most people I would say, probably finish champs less than 7 wins, or like 7 or so is right around the 50-50 win rate. Is probably about the average, right? It really does feel like squad battles is actually one of the best ways to efficiently earn coins in terms of your time spent. You get 12 games. Once mode mastery is done, it shouldn't be quite as sweaty, right? You would expect. And I guess I also do want to say, to EA's credit, 75k right now for most of this market, like 75k, if that actually is what you make in, say, a weekend league, 75k isn't like the 75k it used to be. It's still not enough in my opinion, of course, but I guess from EA's point of view, they'd say, well, 75k in this market is better than 75k in some markets because the market is so cheap right now. And rather just play rivals. I think rivals is probably one of the, it depends on what division you're in, but also I don't think that's very worth it either. But I think your point here more so is just like, it's hard to play every mode and get a lot out of it, which I completely agree with. And I think that we're the minority because we play every game mode, but wouldn't EA not want us to be the minority that play every game mode because they'd like the game to grow and become bigger, right? It's always one of my pet peeves when people are like, oh, you're a hardcore player, so EA don't care about your opinions, or you're a casual player, so EA either don't care about your opinions or care too much about your opinions. It's like, well, you need, like I said, the whole ecosystem many times on this channel, and it's like you need people on all spectrums. You need opinions from all of them because you want to make more people from casuals into hardcore players. That's your goal. Hardcore players, I'm sure you would rather have on your game because they spend hours and hours on it. I mean, I would assume you would want more of that, but maybe EA don't. I'm not sure. That was very long-winded, so I probably won't do that for all the comments, but I will attempt to not talk your ear off for over an hour. We'll see how this goes. But I mean, Edward Torres, I want to say the big sack. We talked about that, okay? Get 50 gifted members and we might show some sack, but it's going to take something special. And then BRL says, does anyone have any tips to get packs? I'm struggling at the moment. So I'm assuming because I talked about in this video, I'm saving packs and trying to figure out how to save more packs. So tips for saving packs. I mean, my tips are going to be, you know, one of those YouTube videos that you're trying to like dig deeper on something. So you look up on YouTube, like, oh, how to craft League SBCs or how to save packs in FC 25. And you look it up in the first video you see is like, well, there's these things called objectives. And if you complete them, you can save packs. Like just the most nonsense video you've ever seen in your entire life. That's what my advice is going to be here. It's like, do objectives. That's like the easiest way. There's so many packs and objectives, and other than that, League SBCs you can kind of do, but of course, if you want to save packs, you have to still open some to like go through League SBCs a lot, so you kind of have to play all the modes, complete all the objectives, and then do a lot of the marquee matchups, plus random other challenge packs. I mean, there's just a lot to do in terms of gameplay that allows you to get packs, so it's kind of my biggest advice is just play the game. That's probably the best thing I can say. Evil Surge DFS says, love your vids. Been watching content since 2020 from creators like NEP, RTFM, and Fun Accountants. Happened upon yours this year. I honestly find your content to be the most complete and enjoyable to watch. Thank you very much. You give a more informative and unbiased approach, and your delivery is excellent. Hope your subscriber base continues to climb. And you know what? That is just, those types of comments literally will make my day. Seeing a comment like that. Well, thank you so much, Evil Surge. Rec69 says, heart. I love you too. Dylan, why no Hansen striker? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about here. I guess maybe like 2 Hansen versions from Winter Wildcards. Like, why wouldn't one be a striker? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. We got Holland 2 versions, and like that was kind of the extent of it. I guess we got De Jong too. Like really strange decisions there. And there's more strange decisions coming in the leaks that you probably already saw on my main channel. Actually, I'm recording this on the night you'll probably see the Buffon center mid card. So we got some more weird shit coming. But MGD says, where the F do they think we are getting fodder for all these SBCs? Hopefully everyone hopefully everyone stays stoned and stays out of the store. I mean, yeah, I agree. I'm not sure why you want everyone to stay stoned, but I do agree staying out of the store is a very good idea. And I think they expect people to get fodder from like the mode mastery and you know those good mode mastery packs you got. But of course, they're always gonna try and get you to go to the store, right? Type 1 says, are we full sending packs now for Winter Wildcards or holding for Team of the Year? Now, this is all personal preference. I'm myself, obviously, I'm streaming for Team of the Year, 24 hours, be there on the day of full release. It's different for me because, like, it's just whatever you have the most fun doing, okay? That's it. Whatever you think you're gonna have the most fun doing. In terms of coins, like how to be the most efficient making coins, tough to exactly say which one will for sure be better when we don't see Team of the Year yet. And right now, fodder is so low and the market's very low that I would assume that, like, if you really want to be most efficient with coins and you want to pick one of the two, Team of the Year is just a better bet. And in case you somehow pack one, which let's be real, you're not going to. But if you hypothetically did, you probably can't pack that level of card for Winter Wild Cards. But okay, we keep moving on. We got SL71 who says, you're absolutely right with the casual situation, discussing how EA treats this group of players. Plus, manipulation / cheating in games against the AI, even in career mode, is on a whole new level. Unfair gameplay kills the last bit of fun and enjoyment. The first part to this, I think the casual situation, what I explained in that video was like, they kind of are slowly realizing that they can't just cater to hardcore players and they can't just cater to casuals. There's been some times in FIFA where they've only really cared about players who only play maybe a couple times a week or once a week, and maybe less than that, right? To hop on just once in a while for the special promos. Like, there's been a couple times in the history of FC, or mainly FIFA, it wasn't even FC, where they kind of seem to like really cater towards those guys, and that's fine. And it's also fine to cater some things towards hardcore players, but you can't cater the entire game towards one or the other. It's just not going to work. And the start of this game was like, okay, we're now going to cater to hardcore players and whales. And if you don't know what whales are, they are the biggest spenders on the game, right? So they're catering to hardcore players and the biggest spenders. And I think that they're like, oh yeah, that didn't really work, did it? No, of course fucking not. You have to have both. Jeff Lyons says, I'm sorry, but Loftus Cheek was the most ridiculously broken Evo today. Schlupp, big L. And you know what? My Jeffrey Schlupp, let me actually show you my Jeffrey Schlupp. This Schlupp is insane, okay? He's an absolute beast. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 5'10", Premier League links. He can play left mid, center mid, so he's flexible. In-game stats look great. I mean, he plays insane in-game. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Incisive pass plus is also ridiculous. I don't know why I'm speaking so fast, but it's because I will not stand for Schlupp slander, okay? Schlupp slander, say that 3 times fast. I will not stand for. Box to box plus, guy's an absolute beast, okay? We keep going. We got Lachlan who says, where's Iniesta end of an era? Be amazing. Well, unfortunately, the issue is Iniesta is not in the game at the moment, but I agree, an icon Iniesta, which probably we will see at some point, would be insane. But also, icon Iniesta, what playstyle plus would Iniesta get? Would it also be tiki-taka like Javi? Would it be incisive pass? Pass? Would it be something else? What do you guys think? And then we got father, son, brother, uncle, friend saying, hey bro, forgive the radio silence. I've put my mom into a care home and sold her house so I can spend thousands of pounds/dollars on points and packs to feed my delusion. Crying, laughing emoji. Oh god, been trading and doing quite well to say the least. Reason being I've been bored as fuck of the game the last month and haven't been bothered grinding like I used to, but now things are supposed to become easier, who knows. But I do know it's 100% my final season and have to put this game 6 feet under. Rip for me. Much love and season's blessings from my family and I to you and yours. But hey, it's awesome to hear that you're taking care of your mom, basically financially at this point. And don't let me tell you what to do with your money, but please just don't get an addiction. Just don't get addicted to the packs, okay? That's the only important thing. Spend your money how you'd like to, okay? Just don't start getting that itch every once in a while where you're like, all of a sudden you can't stop itching this part in your neck. You're like, man, I need to gamble right now. But shout out to you, father, son. Yeah, he's got a heart next to his name, which means I think he's like one of the top 1% commenters, I think. So I appreciate you so much, man. We've got Montana, who says Weekend League 2 of 5. Yeah, we lost so many players because EA took Weekend League from a lot of players who played Weekend League for years and years. And that's true. Dumb change, stupid change. I mean, it's not bad in a vacuum, but you give people access to a game mode for years and years, and all of a sudden you're like, actually, on second thought, not this year. Everyone's gonna go, what? That doesn't make any sense. We got Gymnastics, who says, is it possible to play friendlies cross-platform like One Nation thingy to knock out objectives? Also, green light, never mind. Well, that means, but I think friendlies is cross-platform, right? Isn't that cross-platform? I think, are you trying to say, like, is it possible to play a friend cross-platform on friendlies? I'm assuming. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't actually know for sure though the right answer to that question. WokeClips.com says, please make a vid on the corn laws of 1815, relying on you to get my history degree. Am I gonna regret looking this up? Is this like some sort of like bait or something like that? The corn laws were a set of tariffs and trade restrictions on imported grain and cereal in the United Kingdom that were passed in 1815. Purpose: the laws were intended to protect domestic farmers and landowners from cheap foreign imports and to support the domestic corn market. The corn laws were very divisive. Over 1.4 million signatures for the repeal of the corn laws. Okay, that's a real thing. Anyway, you'll be reading more about the corn laws on the JFC History channel later. David Watson says, I was watching this, seeing their heroes and icons, thinking I might open saved packs. Then I saw the real players in the bottom packable line, made my mind up so fast, we save. Yeah, that tends to happen. We get the first few players leaked in a promo and everyone's like, oh my god, I'm gonna rip open all of my shit right when it comes out. And it's like, oh yeah, you start to see the players you're actually gonna pack in the promo. Matt Gebhardt says, Prem player SBC with blue dot ? Who doesn't have a promo yet? Here's hoping as a Chelsea fan for a Jason Sancho Santa hat card. Imagine with 99 dribble like last year Balotelli. Broken English made that so much better. Yeah, I guess unfortunately we didn't see a Sancho card for you. Sancho Santa hat did not happen. At Wings of Age of Consent, which is an insane name, by the way. Wings of Redemption shout out. Video starts at 102. You know what? Did I yap for a minute before we even talked about anything in that video? I don't even remember, honestly. Victory Barbo says, I forgot about Cutback FC last year. Yeah, last year's gameplay was not great. Joshua Rees says, appreciate the response, brother. I agree with you on your points. I just find it pointless to complain as someone who is playing on an RTG. My team is so far behind the curve. With or without the compensation, the people are getting so seems point. Okay, so hold on a sec. Restart. We need punctuation. Okay, first of all, punctuation's a necessity. I agree with your points. Just find it pointless to complain as someone who's playing on an RTG. My team is so far behind the curve with or without the compensation that people are getting. So seems pointless to stress over yet another aspect of this game. And that's very true. That you're not wrong at all about that. I think sometimes people look at RTG teams and are like, oh, they're so good now that, you know, they're kind of boring a bit because you can get too good of a team too soon now, right? Which is partly true to a very small extent, but the thing is, those 4 million plus coin cards, you can never even possibly reach them. Your team can be like in or close to the power curve very easily, but that next level of team, you just simply will not get the entire year without spending 4 figures on this game at least. Real Irish Chancer says, no questions, just want to say thanks for putting effort into your content and making me and many others better FC players and keeping us updated. Hey, glad I can be that for you, man. That's all I want to be for you. And thank you for watching every day. Quickstep FC, who let me, I think, read the comment how he meant it to be. I'm playing a different game than you if you think auto pressing is gone. And if I said auto pressing is gone, I shouldn't have said that because I don't think it is actually. I think auto pressing is less than last year, and I think it's still in the game for sure because I think it probably is never going away to a certain extent because EA just need that hand-holding part of newer players defending. Like, they need help with that because that's one of the most challenging parts. I had a friend that just played FIFA for the first time, like I want to say it was a couple years ago, and I was like helping him play it, and the hardest part for him was easily defending. Like, it wasn't even close. That takes a lot of skill gap usually, not right now because you run back up to CDM, that's all you do. But when defending is difficult or like not automatic, basically, it takes a lot more skill. So I think auto pressing will be in the game probably to a certain extent forever, which makes me debatably want to throw a Mike Tyson punch in my drywall. But I think that it's a little bit less than last year. I will say that. FUT Tracker says lowering the qualification requirement is probably due to UFL and getting more players to stay on FC 25. Nothing to do with it being difficult to qualify. And that's what I think. I think they kind of go hand in hand. I think UFL is getting more players and they want more players to stay, so they're making it less difficult to qualify. I think that all kind of goes together there, would be my guess. And then Nats Fan 18, what do you think of the free agent market? All the signings going higher than the Fangraphs predictions. Holy shit. I cannot believe I have a question in my comment section on a FIFA channel about Fangraphs because I feel like nobody besides us two are going to know anything about Fangraphs and advanced analytics. We're talking about baseball analytics, by the way. I feel the same is going to happen with Alonso, and it'll be the New York teams bidding against each other. And funnily enough, I'm now recording this post the Yankees signing Paul Goldschmidt, so they're not going to go for Pete Alonso. My guess is it's going to be the New York Mets offering him not what he would want, would be my guess. I think Pete Alonso is one of those guys that is going to think he's going to want a lot more money than what the market's going to give him. I probably would have agreed with you pre-Paul Goldschmidt, but I think now it'll be New York, and there'll be some team in there, like, I don't know, it'll be some bullshit team, the Rockies, like, trying to sign him, right? Some bullshit. Chris Bryant signing, but not the same money, right? Half my audience just fell asleep. Chrome Dome Alex says, glad content is getting better because I'm still not hooked on UFL yet. Gameplay is horrible in both games, in my opinion, but everything is still more responsive for me in FC, so I'll be keeping the casual grind on. I enjoy the upgrade mechanic in UFL, but I don't like how grindy it is when the gameplay just isn't fun for me. FC will always win the menu battle, though. And I think that this is a very fair point, and this is why I think competition is so much more important than people even sometimes think that it is. Because reaching the conclusion that UFL is not as good as FC, or FC is much better than UFL, is still a fine conclusion to reach, but you had to get there, right? It's not like, oh, only game on the market. There is no game I like more. That doesn't even exist. Now there can be that, hopefully, if UFL continues to keep growing and getting better. There becomes a, hey, I just like this game more. I'm going to play this more, which you should do. That's exactly how it should work. But that then incentivizes EA to have to kind of start doing shit. And guess what? It might have nothing to do with UFL, or it might. We have a bunch of shit back that they took away from us at the beginning of this year. It's all back now. Why is that? Could it be just EA being nice to us? No. There's got to be some sort of reason. Either we left or they think that we're going to leave at some point. Moving on, we've got Matthew Briggs. Read this out. EA shite. And then he also says, I fucking love you. And I love you too. At Johnny says, some are re-released. That's why they are down so much. Talking about certain players on the market. I realized that at this point of releasing the video, I'm kind of a dumbass. Jamie Vardy is the GOAT. Not played champs all year. My mental health is so much better. And I'm very glad. If your mental health is genuinely better by not playing gameplay, then stop playing gameplay, please. Seclon the Great says, the Prem player is Cole Palmer. Cold emojis. It unfortunately was not Cole Palmer. I'm filming this 3 days after it came out. Marius says, I mean, I don't like the SBCs that are coming. Pass for me. Maybe something good will come. Fair enough, Marius. We got Dean Fredericks, who says, I'm tired of this crossing meta. We want to play football. Kind of surprised by that. Is there a crossing meta? I mean, this was post-patch. Like, since the patch, it's very hard to score headers now. Is there some sort of, like, aerial meta still, where someone's crossing it to an aerial plus striker, then heading it down? Or I guess I'm kind of confused. Like, what do you mean the crossing meta? Have you been playing a lot of crossers recently? I really haven't been myself. We've got Kenneth, who says, my question is, how do people like the FUT accountant be making millions of coins from the market? Like, I get it's only my first year on the game, but I still just don't get how that's even possible. Explain it to me like I'm 10. And honestly, if you want the simplest possible explanation, like you're 6 years old, okay? I've played game a lot, know how it works. I know when things go up and down. I buy when down, sell when up. That's it. That's all it is. Market trends become very easy once you've been around for 10 years, like we all kind of have been. Most of us that are making content on the game have been around for a long, long time. That gives a significant advantage to people like me over people like you who just got the game this year, right? Juan Fernandez says party emoji. And you know what, Juan? I just want to shout you out, by the way. You've been here for a long time. You drop random comments just for like the algorithm, okay? And I just want to say thank you, okay? Can I just say thank you? We've got Evo SPS who says, I think you're the first person to acknowledge that there are casuals and hardcore players. Hi from India. Well, hello. And I do have to disagree with you a bit. I guarantee you I am nowhere near the first person to acknowledge that there are casuals and hardcore players. So thank you for the credit. I appreciate it, but I don't think I'm the first one. But we definitely need both. We've got Young SOS ATM who says rivals points need to go down, man. 12 wins every week. Then you have to play SB or squad battles, champs qualifications, champs finals, and friendlies. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. It is pretty crazy that we went from, we had 15 wins at one point in this year. 15 wins is crazy. 12 wins is still a lot. I know rewards are better. Are they worth 25 games? You know, if you have a 50% win rate, right? You be the judge on that and play it if you think it is. We've got SB who says, I agree with some of the comments that getting no points on losses is a big L and it discourages lots of people from playing. I've gone 4-11 and have really tried to win or tie, but most times it's just impossible. Whereas the old system, somehow I was motivated to keep trying since at least I got a point at the end of the match. And I guess I'm sort of confused by this because are you talking about champs? Because FUT Champs has never had draws for points. Like they've never had that. And the Rivals, of course, has a draw for points, and it actually does still count towards progress, which it did not at all last year or the year before that or the year before that, right? So I guess I'm confused what you mean by this. Maybe I'm misinterpreting something here. I definitely could be. We've got Abacus Frost who says, I remember you said when you stream, you want to make it a big event. I feel like you should stream it the first day of the game, Thunderstruck, Winter Wildcard, Team of the Year, Future Stars, Team of the Season, and Fuddies. We JF Cucks need more streams. Okay. See, I do definitely want to make it like a big event. That's what I want to do. That's why I'm doing a 24-hour Team of the Year stream. I want to be like, hey, I'm doing this. Come join, have a good time. We're going to be here for a while. I'm going to have fun. I want to like plan things for it. I want to have giveaways. I want to have guests potentially. I want to have like lots of things, you know, just going on my streams, which I think I still probably could do if I did it where it's like every giant promo I could still stream on that Friday. I still definitely probably could have some like interesting things going on there. And the viewership we get during streams always surprises me. I expected last year, I was expecting to peak at like a couple hundred. We peaked at like 450, which was like double what I expected to. So to be honest with you, I probably should stream more, really. Domino says, I hope they hook up Bayern players. You got a Sane SBC, so congratulations. Bananator says, should I save packs and picks for Team of the Year or open for Futmas? Well, I've got some bad news for you, my friend. Probably realized it by now, but in case you haven't, we might not ever see Futmas again. Gamer Skull says the unpackable cards are crazy in the promo, but the ones we are gonna pack are shit, so it's looking like an L promo. And this is one of those conundrums where it's like, is a promo only good because of the pack weight, or is there more to it than that? Or is it really just as simple as like, hey, you can pack them, so it's good? You know, it's kind of like a debate, I suppose. I think that, yeah, pack weight's very important in it. And it does seem like the pack weight isn't too fabulous for, I don't know why I said fabulous. Of all adjectives to say, that might have been a little sus, but I don't think the pack weight's been great. But what do you guys think? Does a promo really make or break based off of like pack weight, or is that just one part of it? Is that not a big part of it? Is it content? SBC's a bigger part of it? I don't know. What do you guys think? We got Anubis who says they have the numbers. If they look at their metrics and it showed more people have played champs in 24 than 25, then it warrants reverting some changes. These types of changes are definitely player number related compared to what content we do or don't get. This tells us they want more people playing champs, but reality is just because people have a better shot to qualify doesn't mean they'll commit to playing weekend league. For that, EA would have to increase the number of games back to 20 or close to it, because the people who can't qualify are not interested in going 2 and 13. That first part of the comment, definitely, I think that first sentence you said, or second sentence, is very, very true. Like, to me, these changes just simply don't happen. If they looked at the numbers and were like, yeah, there's actually more players this year than there was last year. Why on earth would they change these things then? I just don't think they're going to, right? So I think it does indicate to me that yes, there is a player difference and player count between players playing champs and playing FC24 champs. And whether that change of the qualifying is like how to fix that, that's another debate. I think that's what you're saying down here is like you're not sure that's really the way to change it, which I think I, would have kind of agree with that. I think there's probably more things you have to do there. Like, I don't know, fix the fucking god-awful gameplay. That's first and foremost. And your last paragraph here was like shapeshifter Rose Lavelle could be the Rolfo of the year. I'm down for that. I think that could be. We've got Mr. Baripu who says, how are you so fine? I don't know, but your mom asked the same question. Zed Luciano says base/Centurion icon pack coming. That's true. I think I talked about that in the video. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. And then Randall Shaw said, I'm always lucky. He packed something, I think, in the last video. And that's why he said, I'm always lucky here, crying, laughing emojis. He just couldn't stop laughing, apparently. What's fucking funny, Randall? Monk Ev says, where are the cheap winter wildcard icon SBCs? I remember Suker, Hernandez, and Trezeguet from last year. And this year we have gotten some. I think they haven't been like crazy cheap, but they've been like relatively cheap. And he says, also, do you think exchanges will be back during winter wildcards? And so far we have not seen them, but I'd expect them to come back around Team of the Year time. We saw them last year around Team of the Year time. I'd expect them around the same time again. I thought maybe we'd see them a little bit sooner this year, and we still could. It's still possible, but I would expect around the same time at this point. We got Heartful13 says, I also feel like Rivals matchmaking has gotten a huge change lately. The games feel like they are either way harder or way easier, nothing in between. These players are mostly harsh sweats and I'm Div 3. I even got my first Rivals hacker. I've only gotten one hacker in Champs qualies. I'm a 7 to 9 win player in Champs finals. Something feels off, like either it's busted or that they are not getting enough players and had to broaden the matchmaking for it. At times, I almost feel like I am facing elites, but I know they're not supposed to. Wild. And yeah, I think that there appears to be much more than just more than hearsay on matchmaking issues at the moment. Trying to be as like objective as possible, I do genuinely feel like, where there's smoke, there's fire most of the time on FIFA. And right now it does feel like matchmaking is just something is kind of off with it right now. We got Karsten's comment, which is like the compensation stuff from the Swedish player pick, which we won't get into right now. Zed Luciano says, I barely had the time and energy to play sweats in Div 4 and 3 each week/month to even be bothered to play champs. Yes, it's more rewards, but I'm a likely pass on that. Not worth the stress considering gameplay BS. It's all about balance, whatever you want to do, however much time you want to put in, whatever the rewards you want to get with that time you put in. It's all about, just finding the enjoyment in this game in the spurts that you would like to, right? Don't play it for 12 hours a day if you're not feeling like playing it for 12 hours a day. Don't play it at all if you don't feel like playing it at all, right? I would personally just keep multiple games in your palette, keep a broad sort of horizon of games to play at a time, and let FC be sort of like a piece of that. That's kind of what I like to do myself, which is ironic because now I'm like literally trying to make it a job. So it's like, okay, well, I'm clearly going to play it more than that. But Lucky Tries Trading says, so based on the repetition of some meta players and changes to rivals and champs, tells us the player base has been down and they're trying to get it up right. So it's been how many months since release? Okay, hold on. We got no punctuation. Let's restart with inputting our own punctuation here. So based on the repetition of some meta players and changes to rivals and champs, that tells us the player base has been down and they're trying to get it up right. So it's been how many months since release and they have made how many changes? Just bury this game. Bury. like Barry Sanders. Just bury this game. I hope they learn from this year. Realistically, they won't. And I agree with you. I think your comment's right on. Just some punctuation would have helped. Some punctuation, you're getting some thumbs up. I mean, I think you'd have gotten more thumbs up there. Karma is real says, was building up coins, but fuck it. I signed Sam Kerr Globetrotters. And he basically highlights his team saying, like, my team's complete now. Don't have to worry about it. And that's a good point. If you're building up coins, and it's all about having that balance of fun and then keeping those coins. If you keep those coins all year and then like you didn't end up having fun the whole year, what was the point, right? And we've got Dalbro. I apologize. How are you saving packs for Team of the Year? How do I get 500 plus? I got 300 from 2 months. I'm pretty surprised you only have 300 from 2 months, honestly. I probably already am approaching on like 150 if I had to guess. Like I said, it's mainly League SBCs combined with all objectives, like every objective I'm completing, literally every single one of them, all rewards, all challenges. I mean, it cannot be more FIFA no life to save as many packs as I do. Okay, so if you want to say the most packs, play the game a lot. That's really about that simple. Creed says RE player leaks. What the hell do EA have against Robin Van Persie? I want a usable RVP. He is insane when they do. He never ever gets a promo card. The last usable one was Shapeshifters in FIFA 23 at Cam, for fuck's sake. I remember that card. Yeah, it's strange. No RVP. And RVP, actually, I remember liking him in FIFA. Halim Ziyed, who's a member. Thank you, by the way, for being a member. 90% paid season pass will start with the new season, and they will add a campaign guarantees for each playing mode. Like, hey, here's your Winter Wildcard pack. They woke up, but I think it is late for them to control the damage because I have already experienced how life is beautiful without this game. And I think, to your point, I do still believe a paid season pass is probably a matter of time. It could be this season. I will be, hopefully, the first video on the new season you probably see on YouTube. I always try and do that. If the paid season pass is there, I might not be first because we'll be going over that a lot, and I might once again, maybe Evander Holyfield punch my keyboard, but I think it really is just a matter of time, honestly. Kenny says, I'm praying for your champs run. Stay tough. 13-2, by the way. Thank you, Lone Zidane. Zach Zeno, read my comment for your second channel. Also, let's collab one day. I'd love to 1v1 you in dog shit gameplay. And while your comment has been read, and also 1v1ing in dog shit gameplay, I think my grandma could beat me in dog shit gameplay, okay? You might as well fucking flip a coin. The Madridista Pitch says, do you think there should be some sort of points awarded when a dude quits on a tie score in the middle of a match? On Madden, if you're winning and quit, the non-quitter gets the W. Why can't it be like that in FC2? I mean, listen, there has to be something. Eventually, they have to make some sort of change where quitting at a tie gives the person something. If that doesn't ever happen, I genuinely believe that alone will make some people not play. Just that. Not even talking anything else. That might be a totally faded take, but you can't skirt around the issue. You can't give us the friendly thing where it's like, yeah, your elo's not affected by backing out. There can't be that bullshit, okay? That cannot be. You can't work around this. You have to give the person, the non-quitter, you have to give them something if the other person quits. It's as simple as that there has to be a thing. However that is, whatever that is, I don't give a shit. There has to be something. And the reason it's not a thing, if you guys don't know why it's not a thing, it's because Abacus Frost, he says it right, cheaters would probably try to DC you, and that's what EA is scared of. They're scared of not being able to handle cheaters where it's like a DC glitch comes in and you can get the other person to back out of the game, and then you get a 50-0 weekend league, right? Like people are farming that, then farming coins. They're basically, they don't trust their anti-cheat enough to allow us to have a normal, non-toxic matchmaking and division rivals gameplay. Not just rivals, anything, any gameplay experience. Rajon Stooley says, I can't lie, that Evo they released today was W from EA, and the Evos they released recently have been very good. I gotta thank them for that, because I personally, myself, love Evos. I think they're incredible. And also, you know, I put in my own video, day 42 by Prison Cell. What are we up to, day 46 now of the Prison Cell? I don't know, guys. I don't know if I can make it out of here. I don't know. What do we do? Do we leave it? Do we, I actually have, I ordered something for the background. I ordered something for, I talked about that maybe a few weeks back. I put it up and it just, I was like, this doesn't look good. I was like, this just looks like shit. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to put this. I'm going to try and put like lights up back here is my goal. Some sort of lights back here, and then maybe move the desk a bit and then put something here so you can kind of have something sitting here and have it in the shot. Like, I'm trying to figure things out. I'm not a cinematographer. I'm not Christopher Nolan, okay? I need Hitchcock to come down from, descend from heaven and kind of give me a little bit of, you know, give me some pointers on some tips here. But okay, hey, if you made it to the end of this video, drop the ass, okay? We always do that in these long videos. The peach emoji, drop the ass. We want some ass in the comment section. If you've made it this far, I mean, you're a real fan. I mean, you are. I can't thank you enough. I love you all. I've seen this video. Peace.